talk about sustainability in lots of different ways. People have often thought that disability gets lost in sustainability, but it should go hand in hand. So when we talk about resiliency, it's just making sure that when emergencies do happen, that people with disabilities are paid attention to. Mostly on making sure that transportation options are available, making sure that people can shelter in place when we talk about resiliency, and making sure emergency management are caring for people with disabilities. So I believe that is important as well. Mayor's Office with People with Disabilities is trying to eliminate a lot of barriers that exist in our city. It can be anything from curb cuts on our street to make sure that they're more accessible, because there are some inaccessible curb cuts that we are working to eliminate. We are tackling taxis to make sure that 50% of our fleet is accessible by the year 2020, because right now there are over 13,000 cabs and only yellow cabs, and only 580 of them are accessible. So by the year 2020, 50% of those cabs will be accessible. So it'll lift the number of cabs that are on the street now and have more accessible options. Some of the other things that we are doing is working in the education field, both with the Department of Education and the City University in New York, which is our college campus, where 9,000 students with disabilities exist as of right now, and we're educating them for employment jobs in the public and private sector. There was a lot of ideas behind the Disability Pride Parade. One of them was to celebrate a father's daughter that had a disability, right? One was to celebrate people with disabilities. Another one was to show that people with disabilities are proud. So putting that all together and just showing that people with disabilities do exist, that people with disabilities are part of society, and that people with disabilities are proud of who they are was the basic goal. And moving that forward and coming out to celebrate that all around the 25th anniversary of the ADA is really something that was extraordinary. We never in city history have all of these disability groups come together as one. Usually people are advocating for people with mobility disabilities are advocating for mobility, people who are deaf and hard of hearing are advocating for deaf and hard of hearing, people with intellectual disabilities are going for intellectual disabilities. So this is the first time that we were all together as a group, and probably a long time, to celebrate disability as a whole. When we're talking about inclusion and equality, it's important to realize that people with disabilities are part of society. People with disabilities are our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers. And being able to celebrate people as a whole, and realizing that at any one point in your life you will either become disabled, be temporarily disabled, or know someone, it is a reason to celebrate that as a whole, because people with disabilities are part of society.